Okay, I have part two-ish of my Portland as a price journal, and I thought a lot about trying out the personal sized as a wallet. I had all kinds of things in it, and in the end I just decided to go ahead and use it for what I think for me it's perfect for, which is a price book. And I'm going to try it as a wallet. You know, it has a really nice pocket I can use for change. It has enough slots for my cards. I really just have one card and a license, space for money, and some mail stuff and stamps. And it's very thin. It's sort of why when Filofax came out oh god, sorry I can't talk. I just took Ventura out and I'm freezing, but I wanted to get this done. It's why when Filofax came out with the Journey, which is essentially a wallet and a very, very slim rings, I thought that that would make a great wallet, but it's not available anymore. I guess they were just testing it out. So I took most of the stuff out. I left 2 pockets in for coupons and receipts because that's the easiest way to go. I left in my price book information, and since I had enough rulers, I put a ruler at the beginning of every paper section because that's just easier for me than, you know, making dividers. I did put dividers in, but I'm undecided about whether I'm going to leave them. I actually think just rulers would work just as well. So I have the price book information, one thing per page. This one is pasta, and I just track the sales. And when I think I have what the bottom price is, or at least the bottom price, what I have now, I just put a sticky over it. I would highlight it, but that could change. So I'm just putting a translucent sticky over the lowest price or the lowest price so far. And there's 3 here because there's 3 different kinds of frozen vegetables. And this is the May paper. Like I said yesterday, really nice. And you could put in a lot, but the truth is I don't have a lot that I need in here. And so I just have the lined paper and the plain paper, my cash envelopes, and another pocket at the back. And I'm using the elastic pen loop because the only thing that would fit in those are these, which I also like, but I just don't want to be throwing something with a cap in my purse. I'm a little too nervous that that won't work out. You know, and I thought about this a lot yesterday, and I had a lot more in here, and you know, when I thought about what I really needed to put in here, I kind of felt like I wasn't using the binder up to its potential. Basically because I wasn't filling the rings, which is sort of what I do. You know, but maybe that was the wrong way to think of things. Maybe the best way for me to think of it is to make the best price book and, you know, wallet that I can, and it doesn't matter that the rings aren't full. Didn't really put any sticky notes in, you know, nothing for when I'm in the car and I have a thought, I can put that on paper. But the real reason I decided to do it was because as disorganized as I am, I'm more organized than I was without my A5, and I do a lot of repetition. I know I've talked about that, and I put a lot of stuff that's just stuff everybody does every day, like shower, or if I want to do a manicure, or unload the dishwasher. And the reason that I do it is, A, because I get very distracted. So hours could go by and I'm in the afternoon and it's just too late to be convenient to take a shower. And I'll see it on the list and I'll be like, uh-oh, you know, if I have time, I'll do that. If not, I'll do it at night, or I'll do it early in the next morning, or, whatever. So I just really need these constant reminders because my distraction level is so high. I mean, a day can go by without me doing the most important things. And a lot of people and a lot of professionals suggest minimizing your to-do list to like 3 things so you get them done. And I can absolutely see that. That looks like a crazy list. And it's also a list of things that people do automatically. But the other reason that I write a list as big as I do is because I don't have very good time management skills. So in the morning, I don't usually do it the night before, but in the morning, I'll write down every single thing I think I need to do. And, that'll include things like, the showering, and the personal stuff like brushing my teeth, although I don't individually do that. I'll just say shower and personal care or whatever. And as the list gets to a half the page, I kind of have to go, do I even have enough hours in a day to do this? And it just gets me to refocus. How am I going to do all these things? Is there something I can put off till tomorrow? What can I take off the list? What really needs to be added on? So I don't think I have the space in a personal to do that the way I need to do it. I mean, a to-do list for me is not like a list of 10 things I need to do in a day necessarily. I mean, it can be, but for me it's more of what do I need to do today in total. And that isn't something that would work. Oh, hold on a sec. So that isn't something that everybody needs to do on a to-do list, but it's really, you have to look at what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are, I think, to really be organized. And my strength isn't keeping track of time or knowing how long tasks are going to take. Sometimes I just get distracted, or something takes me much longer, than I was expecting. And maybe at some point I'll be good at estimating how long things will take, but for now I'm really not. So I decided that I needed to keep my daily life going through an A5. I mean, I know it's big, but I can take it with me if I have to. And I mean, some people can live in a mobile home, can pare down their life and live in a mobile home or in a houseboat. And some people are stretched to capacity to contain all their stuff in a 10,000 square foot mansion. It's all very personal. And it's kind of like that, I think, with picking a Filofax size. I think there are different things you can do with different sizes, but you sort of have to find the size that's comfortable for you. I mean, do you want to live in a mansion, or do you want to, live in a trailer and travel the country? You'll need to take a lot less with you, but you'll be more mobile. So those are my thoughts on what I'm doing now. I'm keeping this simple because this is working, and I don't want to mess with something that's working as well as it can right now for me. I'm trying all kinds of new inserts, and because I think that's the way to go. I don't think buying a new binder will get me some kind of organizational kernel of perfection. I think it's really on the inside. And you know, and the other thing is a Filofax doesn't have to be full to be 100% functional. So I'm going with that for now, and unless something changes in this, and I don't really expect it to, you know, I'm not going to do regular updates on this. That's just silly. You don't need to see the price of pasta in New Jersey. But I did want to get back to you, tell you my thoughts on it, and why I'm going to still maintain my A5 and not, you know, try to use this as I'm sure it's got an itch. Use this as, you know, my one and only planner. So thank you guys. Thanks for, you know, following yesterday's video and today's video, and those are my plans so far. I think that's it. Thanks, guys.